Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, third graders. My name is Mrs. Nix, and I am so excited to be here with you today as we become amazing thinkers, readers, and writers together. Boys and girls, I was just checking my email, and you know what? I have some email this morning. This one comes from, and I'm hoping I pronounce your name right, so if I say it incorrectly, I just ask for a little grace, but I believe her name is Ileana. So Ileana, she is a student here in Fresno Unified, and she says, "Hi, Mrs. Nix. I enjoy watching the third grade PBS educational videos in the morning before school starts. I am learning a lot. I enjoy reading, and some of the words that you teach I am finding in my books. I'd like to receive the activity book that you've talked about." She remembered to include her address, so I'm going to make sure that she gets one. And then down here, she has a recommendation. She says, "A book that I recommend is Wings of Fire. There are 15 books in the series, but I am only on the third one. My dad has also read a lot of books to me. We read lots of Marguerite Henry books about horses and are now reading Tom Sawyer. We also like the Nancy Drew books because they are mystery books. I love those too." All right, so Ileana, I definitely am going to get one of these activity books in the mail for you so that you can have it, and it's free. If you want a book just like Ileana does, all you need to do is see that address that popped up at the bottom of the screen. Make sure you send me a note, or you could be like Ileana and send me an email, and I'll get one of these books in the mail for you, and they're free. Who doesn't like free? Boys and girls, I have a couple of things that I do want to share with you, and that is in regards to books. If you're looking for some of the books that Ileana suggested to read, a couple of places you can check them out. Your local county library, or go online and check them out through Sora. Here in Fresno Unified, we love to count down our top 5 schools that are checking out books on Sora. So today we're going to look at the third school this week, and we're going to see it is Ewing Elementary. So congratulations, Ewing, for being in our top 5, but you're in third place for schools that have checked out the most books. All right. Third grade, let's get started with this morning. We're going to start by warming up those brains. We're going to look at some high frequency words. See this big giant chart right here? You've been doing this. This is the last 5 weeks. There are 50 high frequency words here. So this week we're doing kind of a review week. We're going to talk about some poetry. Today we're looking at that writing process with poetry, and we're focusing on revising. And then at the end we're going to get into some grammar. We'll talk about some helping verbs. All right, you ready? Let's do this. Let's go through and practice. Now I'm just going to do 10 of them today because these are review. You know these. Let's get going. Here we go. Play, please, pull, pretty, place, pick, part, people, own, and over. Nicely done, third grade. Okay, we are talking about poems today. So let's look real quick, just a reminder. We've talked about it the last couple of days, and we're going to talk about it the couple of days to come. But it's good to remember, what are those features in a poem? Well, they express feelings or ideas. So are you going to tell a sad poem, a happy poem, a funny poem? It's often organized in lines and stanzas. So a line is just where it goes across, whereas a stanza is a group of lines together. It may use rhyme and rhythm. Figurative language is also included. We've been practicing metaphors and similes, so we could put some of that in our poems. And then finally, descriptive words, using those sensory details, thinking about what does it look like, what does it smell like, what does it taste like, sound like, what does it feel like? okay? So think about those sensory details. Now, today, we're specifically going to be looking at, let me turn this around. Today, we're going to specifically look at how to revise. So yesterday, we started practicing and getting that first draft. And remember, we talked about we're not getting it perfect. We're not worried about the spelling. We're not worried about if the words are rhyming necessarily yet. Because we will. As we go through and we revise, now it's time to step back and start planning some of that. So looking here, when you go through and you revise your draft, here are some things to think about. Are there any details or information that you could add that could make it more clear? Here's another one. Remove those distracting or unnecessary words or ideas. Do you have any words that are bland or maybe they're overused? Can you come up with some more precise or stronger words? Or maybe even this, maybe you need to rearrange some sentences and make sure that the readers understand the message. So those are some things that you might do to revise. A reminder to use that figurative language. And so just a reminder, remember that similes use like or as when they're comparing two things. My love is like a beautiful flower. Okay, that would be a simile, whereas metaphors, they don't use that like or as in their sentences. But see if you can add some figurative language into your poem. After you've started to kind of review it a little, you're going to want to talk with a peer or a family member and have them look it over. A couple of questions that I always think are great to ask when someone says, "Can you read this for me?" I always want to ask the writer, what do you like about your writing? Because I want to know, what is it about it that you like? And what would you like to change? Is there a spot that you look at and oh, I can't think of a word that rhymes, or I can't think of a sensory word. And so you can be real specific when you're asking for help. And then as the person who's looking over your writing, we would also want to ask you, what else would I like to know, right? So I might ask you, what else, if there's something that I have a clarifying question in regards to. Okay, so to help me be able to do this and go through and revise, it's always nice to have a checklist. So this checklist is here and it kind of goes through, again, those features of our poem. So does the poem express feelings or ideas? Is it organized in lines and stanzas? Does it have lines that rhyme? Does it have a rhythm? Figurative language, is it used? Does the poem use strong descriptive words? So as I'm going through a poem, it's helpful to know what is it that I'm looking for. Okay, let's go back and let's look at that draft that we wrote yesterday, and let's see if we can find some of those things that we were not so sure about yesterday. So let's read it together. The carnival came when I was 10. I went 2 times, then went some more. Oh, I'm going to stop for just a second right there. Does that rhyme? Does 10 and more rhyme? Maybe I could put something different. And you know what? I thought about it. What if I changed it and I said, instead of some more, what if I said again? 10, again? Do they sound the same? Let's try it. The carnival came when I was 10. I went 2 times, then went again. Ooh, that sounds good. Okay. A ride we're spinning called wheel and top. Really long arms climb and drop. Ooh, you know what has really long arms that I think we could put that would sound more descriptive? What if I said, arms like an octopus? Does that sound more descriptive? A ride we're spinning called wheel and top. Arms like an octopus climb and drop. Ooh, I like that. Okay, I scrambled on to take a ride. The music played its tunes inside. The carnival came when I was 10. I went 2 times, then, oh, I gotta fix that again. Then went again. Good. Hot dogs, pretzels, apples too. So much fun, too much to do. I wandered home because I was tired as the lights behind me shined and shined. What am I going to do there? Tired and shined, you know, they end with the same letters, but they don't rhyme. What could I put instead? What if I said, I wandered home, tired and dazed, as the lights behind me sparkled and blazed. Those rhyme. That makes so much more sense. All right. So as I went through and looked at and was revising, I was able to change some of my words. I know you can do the same thing with your draft that you've been working on. I'd love for you to do that tonight. Go through. Can you find some more descriptive words, things that fit, rhyme? You can do it. All right, let's finish off today just with a little bit of grammar practice. These are main and helping verbs. Now remember, a verb is an action word, but and the main verb tells what the subject is or what it does, but a helping verb helps the main verb show action, like has baked. So some helping verbs are have, has, had. So here's some examples right here. Mom and I have baked cupcakes. She has baked an apple pie. Dad had baked bread before leaving for work. So when we find that verb, we're going to see that helping verb right before it. So it says read each sentence, underline the main verb, and circle the helping verb. Okay, so we're going to underline that main verb. So let's see what Jenna's doing. Okay, Jenna has read a book about recycling. What did Jenna do? Okay, she read. Where's our helping verb? You got it. It's right in front of it. Has read. Okay, Nate and Jenna have talked to our class about helping. Well, what did Nate and Jenna do? Well, they talked, right? That's our main verb. And what helped it along? Have talked. Okay, great. Now, let's do just down here. You know what? Let's just finish this one off, and we'll save this one for another day. Mr. Hart's class had started recycling last year. What did Mr. Hart's class do? They started recycling. What's our helping verb? Had started. Excellent. Okay, so I think I have just one, you know what? I think I have just a little bit of time. Let's talk about the verb be. Next week, my family, we can be using will or are visit Mount Rushmore. Next week, my family will visit, because not our visit doesn't make sense. We am or are planning to leave Tuesday. We wouldn't say am, we would say we are. Awesome. All right, I'm going to leave it right there because I know I'm running out of time. Third grade, I had a great time hanging out with you today. I hope you have a fantastic afternoon. I can't wait to see you back here at PBS. Have a good one. Bye-bye.
A brand new day, time to learn